Hello and welcome to week 2 of this series that I'm doing, Stats with John. Obviously, the big game this week was Arsenal versus Chelsea. So I thought, as my team is Chelsea, I will talk through some stats. Mainly on Lukaku, because his first game, why not talk about him and how he helped Chelsea. I just thought I'd run through some stats on the last 365 days for him, because looking at it, there are some quite interesting, well, I find them interesting anyway, interesting stats. So his non-penalty goals, 0.6. So you're probably looking at 20-25 goals a season. That's a good number for the Premier League, because the Premier League is a more high intensity, more physical league. Might be 18, 19, 20, kind of the lower end, but if bangs like he did yesterday, he can easily hit the 25. Has about 3 shots a game, which is in 78th percentile. The higher the number, the better, pretty much, for the percentiles. Very good number. Probably wants to get to kind of the Haaland, Mbappe, Ronaldo, Kane kind of. Probably wants to have more so that he can score more, but I'm happy with that. His shot creating actions, which is 2 offensive actions directly leading to a shot, such as a pass, dribble and drawing foul. A single player can receive credit for multiple actions, and the shot taker can also receive credit. 3.63, which is in the 93rd percentile. So you're talking, in world football, there's probably only 3 or 4 that have got a better. That's good. When you're talking kind of high, well, 90s in general, you're probably talking 15 players better in that particular stat. But the one that got me, right, the stat that really got me was per 90 minutes, progressive pass received 12.27, which is the 98th percentile. So there's probably only 1-2 players that have a better progressive pass received stat in world football than Lukaku. Progressive pass received is completed pass that moved the ball towards the opponent's goal at least 10 yards from its furthest point in the last 6 passes, or any complete pass into the penalty area. And yesterday, I think that was proved, because it was moving them centre backs like they were 12, 13 years old. And his back, when he had his back to the goal, he would just kind of turn, move them. What, I'm moving you? Get out of the way. Because when he first came, when he was first at Chelsea and Everton and even United, he was not big. He was not able to just shrug off the defender or just hold them there. But you can see that in the Serie A, he has done that. He's got bigger so that he can just stand there and move defenders out of the way. And then he's not slow either, as was shown in the first goal. Shrugs off the defender and then just runs in. Quality player. And I think that will help Chelsea win the league. Just because it now gives Chelsea more ways to play. Because obviously you've got the pace of Mount, Havertz, Werner if he is on. You've got that pace. But if you want to play direct, you can play direct into Lukaku. If there's a low block team that's defending very close to the goal, you've got Lukaku who can then just stand in front of them, receive the ball and keep the ball. There was a play yesterday that he had like 3 defenders around him, and he still held on to that ball because he's so big. Obviously, Chelsea are now top solely on, I think they're just top on alphabetical order, so it's not really top, but they've got a 1 next to their name, which is good. 2 clean sheets out of 2. Didn't really look like conceding yesterday. It was very assured performance. City looked good. I think they clicked, but losing that first game, I thought you've got to come back after that, and they kind of defended the same way as they did against Tottenham. But going back to Arsenal, they have to get rid of Arteta. I'm not sure how the money situation works at Arsenal, but they've given him a lot of money. Now, he has not spent that very well. 30 million for Ramsdale when you've sold an arguably better goalkeeper for 24 million. That's poor. That's poor recruitment. So whoever's in charge of recruitment, they need to be sacked. Arteta needs to be sacked. From what I heard, he's doing more technical stuff. So he's trying to be Pep with a squad that has the brains of Burnley. No offense to Burnley, but they're not the most technical team. They go long, and there's not too much to their play. And Arsenal, I don't know what they were trying to do yesterday. Chelsea went 2-0 up pretty comfortably, and then just seemed to stop. Because when you're 2-0 up, you don't really need to do too much. If it had stayed 1-0, I think Chelsea would have tried a bit more. But there's a lot of games in the season, I think we realised that, and just stopped. As long as we win the games, I'm not really too bothered what we do. I think, if needs be, we could have blown them away. We could have got 4, 5 or 6. Especially with both those centre-backs being on yellow cards. Lukaku could have absolutely spun them inside out. But let's just turn into more of a Chelsea-Arsenal review. But if you liked it, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.